flow sinister. I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers. I make men in them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma on them just like my keys. Drop my on the dental work. My thoughts I keep confidential. It's consequential. Philosophies unidentical. I'm not in it. My Siamese brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs. I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge. Stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids. Ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10. Stay muddy to the lid. 800. Eat a.
Yeah, alright. My flow sinister. Yeah. This ain't rap music. This straight literature.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. So that's about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball, when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double, you would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 35 yards. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
On 2nd and 10, Tua, and going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From midfield, here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Just to Houston. And they'll drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in his first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again.
And the big boys up front. They're going to stop it right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring out the 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now on 2nd and 13.
Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact really timed there. And now 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Tua on 4th down.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you get a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10.
They'll get this underneath to Edmonds.
And they'll get this down to the 10. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Tua to throw again.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
Touchdown! Chase Edmonds from 10 yards out.
And the Dolphins are back within a score.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Jackson, and this one too low.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tua. He's got Wilson, middle of the field.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Tua. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chase Edmonds in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll see, a look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And the offense moving quickly to the line. In motion, Hill. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first, they'll go back to Wilson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. In motion, Hill. Another carry for Wilson. And he'll get it down on the plate at the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Tua. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Touchdown! Chase Edmonds saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the... Second half. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They go play action now. Jackson. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And some room to roam now. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Looking to throw on second down.
Tua over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On play action, here's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 49 yards. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You make... Gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And what a pressure spot for both sides, really. But they're at home now. They have the football here in the playoffs, sort of controlling their own destiny.
It's the spot they've all dreamed of. This is where you want to be. Home, have the ball, a chance to win the game, control your own destiny, as you noted. But here's the thing. Don't let the crowd get too involved if you're this team now. You've got to make sure you let them carry you, but not cause you to do things out of what you're supposed to do, right? Take you away from focusing and concentrating on the game.
Because sometimes you get so amped from the crowd that can carry you into spots you don't want to be. Is that what you're saying?
From experience, sometimes that crowd gets so involved in it and you get involved with them that you end up making plays or trying to do things that maybe you shouldn't have done.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 74 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Tucker now to add the point after. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a fit there. That one came up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua sets up to pass it. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here we go. Here we go. 52 blasters. Hey, let's make it.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw him coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Delay of game offset.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Ravens 28.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
It's showtime, baby. Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Out, sit on. On 80. Let's go.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed. There after giving up the first down. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Come on, set.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild